Welcome back, everyone, to the next session of Reditus. We're at session 101, so let's recap last week's episode 100.
Jak rides hard on lightning's way.
The party fought Cinquus and followers in the Crimson Arc portal room. One defeated follower transformed into a sanguine warrior and destroyed the portal control device, cutting off the group's escape. Dolman was roused from a feigned death spell to help kill the warrior. Another enemy had transformed into a hulking sanguine brute, but was suddenly sucked through the floor by a mysterious black sludge. Ligo had emerged from the shadows to fetch the group for a special meeting. Opto appeared, regrouped with Dolman, and the two teleported away after saying their goodbyes. Ligo portaled the party to a grand weapon-lined throne room. Thoric appeared, healed the group, and escorted them to this important meeting. Elion had tried to contact Varus. He was trapped in his prison, able to hear and speak, but unable to see or access Elion's body.
Sorry.
Garrick's infection of the most recent soul had completely blocked Varus from using the sinking eyes power. The group entered the meeting room headed by Gar. The room was packed with allies, both old and new. Ligo, Thoric, Duna, the Mantram, Harmon, a red and white automaton, Jasper, Arrowkeen Seraph, a dragonborn, a golden armored human, a green-clad female druid. Gar dissipated the ceiling to reveal a massive starry cosmic web of lights connected by white threads. However, one specific sequence in the middle was wrong. Its lights were dull yellow, and the thread didn't loop. It just abruptly stopped. As he smiled, he said, "That's why we're all here, you see. We don't know what happens next." I'll be back to see what happens next.
Still be drawn. Rise up now, the war's not gone. Darius walks where shadows feed. A dead is owed, a price decreed. Jak rides hard on lightning's wing. No mercy left in anything. Trade calls forth from time unknown. 100 selves, one will, one throne. A friend was lost, so one could rise. Lapidus stands with ancient eyes. Elion bears a voice not his own. A mind that's haunted, never rose. Scarred and broken, still they rise. Evil falls before their eyes.
All right, so to catch you guys immediately up, Gar had just unveiled the roof, showcasing what looks like stars above. And you guys kind of pointing out this, or noticing this one line that was not quite like the others. Yellow and dull. Trey, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
That'll be a 5.
A 5. As you look up at these lines and dots and trying to kind of like see where each one goes and where each line it connects to another one, you start to hear voices within your head. It's slow, dull at first, all meshing together. You try to kind of focus in to hear words, and you start to hear screaming, yelling, laughter, just an inundated amount of different voices and words flying through your head. You start to see flashes of people, of images, of animals, of trees. You see the ocean, you see the sky, you see an insurmountable number of images flashing in your mind. As you look up at these things and you no longer see lines, you see people and images completely flickering across the sky, and you feel you lose yourself for a moment. You can't hear, you can't see anything in the room, only the images taking over you. Everybody roll a perception, please.
Yikes. 9.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
20, nice. 17. Okay, Darius, you notice as Trey looks up, you see his eyes almost gloss over and go gray as he just seems to be staring. Looks like he's almost lost consciousness. He's staring at the ceiling as Gar continues to speak. You see, I've been to many of these places and seen what's happened, seen the possibilities. But something that you've all done, the ATLADS here, has disrupted this, and this particular timeline is unwritten, we'll say. I've never seen anything quite like it.
I'm beside Demantrum, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna still staring at Trey. I'm gonna kind of nudge Demantrum, and if I in my peripheral see him turn his head, I'm gonna nod towards Trey.
Yeah, as soon as you what is it? Looks
I don't say anything. I just kind of signal over to him.
Looks over, kind of turns his head a little bit. Gar notices. And he reaches his hand out, and you feel this warm rush, Trey, come over you. If you could roll another wisdom saving throw, please, at advantage.
Okay.
I got a 10. Oh.
A 10? Okay. Yeah, as he kind of unleashes whatever magic it is to try and help you break free of this, he looks very concerned. Elion, can you help? There's something with Thredicum there. And you all see the automaton sitting in the chair on the other side of Jasper. Tall, thin, red and white metal streamed down, long kind of helmet almost pointing out at the front. Long metal staff, kind of red, looks like red stones or crystals lying down it as he kind of turns his head and immediately jumps up, reaches the staff out. And Trey, you feel without a moment's notice, as soon as this staff touches you, you get your vision back. Clarity immediately comes upon you. You now see these beams of light connecting. You see everybody in the room. And you just feel this a little bit of warmth as you look to your right and you see this staff retracting from your shoulder as this tall automaton looks towards you. Are you okay?
Oh, I don't know exactly what happened there. It all just seemed like it was too much for a moment, but I'm present. Thank you.
And the automaton backs up to start sitting down, and Gar, with a concerned look on his face still. Luke, can you... There you go. Luke, your mic was still live, and it was just all of the noise.
Sorry.
Yeah, as the automaton started to sit down, and Gar, kind of the concerned look on his face. You see, this is one of the many things that do not quite understand. Trey, what did you see?
Well, maybe a bit easy to say what I didn't see. It was a raucous cacophony, just so much information, Byzantine. There was no way to sort it out. It's like I saw everything all at once.
So you could actually see these timelines and possibilities?
Well, as much as to say you could see a pile of rags laid on top of each other. You can see all of it, sure, but which one's which? Where's it end? Where's it begin?
Peculiar. I was aware that you had some ability to pull versions of yourself from places that did not know that you had access to those other places directly yourself. This is quite interesting. What has this got to do with why we're here? The Matrim speaks up. It's a combination of things, you see, the Matrim. I don't know what happens after this, and it's never happened before, and I think it's very important that everybody involved with this group comes together. We try to figure things out.
What do you know so far?
Well, I have quite a list of things to go over, actually. There's many things that could be the main reason for what has happened here. He kind of glances up. To what it is, I'm not sure. What is it that you think may be happening?
You mean with this thing?
Yes, the path unwritten. Every other path has its end, and again its beginning, but not this one that we're on currently.
Thank you. Okay, so why is that such a bad thing?
I can't say that it's bad. I can only say that something that is unknown or has not happened before should be studied. I think it's most important to prepare. If something positive is to come of this, then excellent. But preparation for that, nonetheless, I think is imperative.
You've been across multiple timelines, yes?
Not on purpose, but yes.
In any of them, were the Conciso sorcerers successful?
Why, yes.
Okay.
Many of
That
them.
eliminates that theory. Well, I don't know what could be happening. I mean, I can tell you that Seeker-sen is working towards... Well, I assume what her goals were before, to bring back the old one. Sorry, what was supposed to happen in this timeline?
Well, there was many things that was supposed to happen. He looks around the room and... Ligo? And you see Ligo still kind of staring at Arokeen through his mask, the big smile, and he looks over and is... Yes? We're missing a few people, no? Oh, my apologies. I got a little bit held up with my new friend here. And he starts patting him on the shoulder. I'll be right back. And he starts running towards the dining table. And as he does, he just sinks into the ground underneath. See just Gar shaking his head. Sorry. Yes. Well, Seeker-sen is most certainly an issue to be dealt with. It is on my list of things, actually. I do believe you all, at least some of you, have experience, contact with her or directly her followers. Can you fill us all in on what exactly it is that you know of her plans or potential plans?
Sorry, 1 second.
Well,
Well,
I think we've
go
all
on.
seen a bit from Sinkerson. She seems... Well, she's not affable. I can tell you that much for free. We've all suffered at her touch. And she seems to take a peculiar interest in a few of us. What do you think, Darius?
Well, I know she wants the old one back. That's the overall goal. How they're doing it, I don't know. They are putting these weird dowsing rods underground in various locations. Except they don't do anything to water its blood. We know that she doesn't give a shit about people who work for her. Dalen had manipulated the Crimson Arc to essentially be working for her, and they were sacrificing their members.
She also is pretty nonchalant about us. I don't think we're the strongest group out there, but we're definitely formidable. And when we ran into her workers underground setting up the dowsing rods in Arakan, I believe it was her that was speaking through them, and it was, "Leave or I will kill you," and she let us leave.
You hear from the sidelines. Yes, Jonas was sent to Arakan to investigate these rods a little bit more. She's still there right now. If anybody can figure out exactly how they work, I'm sure she can. The Seraph speaks up from the side. Well, if these are drawing blood, and clearly that's the source of her power, and her main goal being to bring back the old one, perhaps no longer a need for the Spheres that they were trying to develop again, like the original Cataclysm. Not sure how it could help or how she could use that, but suffice to say that is a theory.
Well, if she's weaving blood, Paradon does as well, it might speed up her process.
Or they could have the same goal with wanting to bring back the old one.
This Paradon is a new piece on the board that I do have to tell you all, and I don't like to do this because up until now, divulging anything about future outgoings is only caused issues for me. But I have not come across this Paradon before. Not in his current form, per se. Is there anything about him that would cause you to say that he's different than others you have met? Other than being a bloodweaver, as you say?
Well, we think that Paradon is now Van Moria.
A true soul polymorph, you mean?
If that's possible, yes. I have no idea what that is.
It's a very high level blood-weaving spell where one could essentially take the form of the person that they wish to, completely absorbing all of the skin, flesh, body, mind, replicating them, but yet containing their own intelligence and brain within, able to release it when they so wish.
Yes, he used it before. He used it on...
Orhan?
His name was Dorhan. He was our guide when we first crashed on the island. Or mainland, whatever.
When you eliminated Lord Van Moria, did he release something? What Paradon was there? How did he perform this ritual if you were within combat?
If I recall correctly, he just kind of fell down.
He may have pre-prepared it. We found notes about Paradon in his lab. He had a strange disease. He sent them to the Dunamin druids, and we had a vision, or I had a vision. I don't remember if we all did or not. But he seemed like a normal, kind individual, and then there was something. And I'm telling you, the way he reacted was exactly the same as Van Moria looked when he died. His head snapped back, and then his entire demeanor changed, and then he killed people.
Well, not a bloodweaver myself, of course, but what I know of, Biode research. It's a very intricate ritualistic spell that you have to be with the person, and it takes quite a bit of time. In fact, interruption can cause quite an adverse effect.
Could he not have, like, planted something inside of this individual? I thought it was his child, but apparently he never had kids.
And didn't the book say that the form wears off after some time?
I'm not too
I don't
sure
remember.
about the length of it, the spell. I believe they could drop it when they so wish. The length, however, escapes me. So, there's a potential that Lord Verboria, part of him or himself, is within this paradigm. Now, you say controlled. Your interactions with him, if you've had them, you would say it is the Lord Verboria himself. Or is it something a little bit similar to what we're seeing with one of your friends there? And he looks to the back of the room towards Elion.
I can't say. Elion is the only one who interacted with him.
Elion?
You can tell he kind of like looks around. Yes, 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 yes.
You interacted with this Paradod fellow. Would you say from your interaction that he may have something similar to your particular ailment?
I don't think so. I mean, not that I would have noticed. I mean, I didn't even really know I had an ailment at the time either to really look out for.
Very well,
Looking
very
back,
well.
like, do I, now that I've, like, what I know now, looking at that interaction, would I have detected any sort of similarity?
Roll a general intelligence check for me.
That is a general intelligence. Hold on. A 14.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of thinking back, and when you think about that moment of interaction when you had mentioned Jak, and it didn't feel, now that you're looking back at it, not just an attitude change. It seemed like a person change. Like it was so instant and so aggressive. But yeah, you're pretty straight comparison to the differences that would happen between yourself and Varys.
Okay. Come to think, looking back, he did show a display of personality change when Jak was mentioned. I mean, could be somewhat similar to my situation.
I see. Very well, very well. Obviously, the creation of the situation a little bit different than yours. Interesting. You all hear this massive sort of a wind rush coming from behind the wall, the entrance, and you hear footsteps coming in, and you hear Lee go, "Well, got one more, but sorry, missing someone else. I'll be right back." And you hear this rush of wind again. You're supposed to have everybody here at once. However, this one, it's okay that he's a little bit later.
I fucking knew
I
it.
knew
Are
it.
you monitoring with your cell phone? I was like, he's gonna join tonight.
And as he says this, footsteps come around the corner, and you see a small gnomish character.
I knew it.
What exactly do you see,
muted.
Ryan?
He's
Yeah,
muted.
you're muted. Oh, your entrance. No. No.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, yes, come in. My apologies. Lingo was supposed to bring you with everyone, but he's not quite reliable, as you could see.
Oh, geez, am I late? And just kind of look around the room. So, who all do I recognize having a look around here?
Yeah,
Before anything, you would hear as Darius shoves his chair back and runs at him for a hug.
Yeah, Felix will excitedly return the embrace.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, as you run in the room, Felix, you see. Let me just list it for you. Just getting you on the map. Yeah, you run in, you see sitting around this long dinner table. You see Thoric. You see Gar at the very end of the table, which you've heard of, but not met yet. You notice as well Seraph standing at the right-hand wall on the other side of the table. You don't recognize anybody else other than Darius and Jak.
Is Reen with Jak?
Reen is, yes. He's in the
Oh,
far
she
corner of
does
the
look
room.
different.
He's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
So
up
I'm
against.
gonna, as I look around, I like immediately I'm gonna like when I see Reen, I'm gonna be like, whoa, Jak, what happened to Reen?
She got a little bigger.
That's pretty cool. She's okay though, right? Like,
Oh yeah, she's perfect. Very strong.
That's awesome. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know everybody here. In fact, I don't even know actually what I'm doing here. To be honest with you, what's going on?
It's the end of the world, buddy.
No, just settle down. Not the end of the world, Darius. Just keep it in perspective. Sorry, Felix, for the not the in-depth explanation as to what you're doing here, but feel free to grab a seat. We're just going over a few important details of potential world helping things, we'll say, instead of world ending. Just feel free to grab a seat. You see there's about 6 or 7 different chairs kind of scattered around. The table is still open. Some people are up against the wall. As you come in the room, you see on the left-hand side this hulking, muscular-looking Saytr holding this big, massive, double-handed axe on his back. You'll also see Thoric on this side of the room as well. He kind of looks over in your direction. Oh, Felix, how you doing there, man? And he waves over at you.
Oh, hey Thoric, it's good to see you. Yeah, I'll go grab a chair that's open. As I approach it, I'm just gonna put my hands up as my arcane suit kind of just removes itself and packs itself up, and I'll carry it beside me as I go and have a seat in one of the chairs.
Yeah, you just hear that chick, 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 chick. It kind of folds itself up. Yes, very good, very good. We were just having a conversation about Sequoset. Are you aware of anything about this danger?
Am I? I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit out of the loop. I've just kind of been on the road for a little while now. Might have to catch me up to speed on.
Don't sell yourself short, Mr. Tinkerspark. The Lord of New Vidboria. And you hear a little clap from Seraph at the side.
Yeah, well, yes, we've done a lot of work. It has come along quite well. We've hit some roadblocks along the way. The Watery Palace never really got built, but you know what? I think that's okay, and I think that where it's at now is good. I think it's in a good spot. But geez, I don't know. I like you guys called me here, so you take it away. I don't.
Can't we get down to business? I have things to do. You hear Demandrum as it just booms out bouncing across the walls in the room. Settle down, Demandrum. We're getting there. Rest assured. Time doesn't move as quickly outside while you're here, so you can get back to what you're doing shortly. We were just discussing. Siko said has followers that she's using, namely Paradon, which Mr. Silverstrum here is, and Elion, which is now one of the ATLADS, I believe. Elion, Felix Tinkerspark, original ATLAD. Kind of points over to Elion. You see this very meek-looking human, brown robes, kind of leaning up against the wall, looking a bit skittish.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've met.
Weren't you guy in the spider web? That's the spider web guy, right?
Yes, that is him.
You know, it's good that you're doing okay. That's great. Wow, and you got roped into all this. Well, it's a good group of people. In any case,
Spider
yeah. It's a long story. I was attacked by spiders, and they put me in webs and poisoned me near to death. And I was attacked by. Was it a bear? It's all rolling in together. It's carry on. Sorry.
Well, it's an interesting story. If you want to tell us all. You hear this, you hear Jasper from the other side of the room kind of barking out, smiling.
No, no, it's okay.
You see all eyes are on the table, Elion just staring at you.
I quickly just kind of look down and open my book. And you can tell I'm not like actually reading anything. I'm just kind of like looking up to see if they're still looking, and then
Come out now.
Yeah. Where are you? Where are you? We're gonna die.
Yeah, as you kind of do this, you kind of see the stairs kind of start to break and kind of focus back to Gar. Well, this Paradon is definitely somebody to be taken care of, I would say. I think we can all agree around the table that him to be taken off the board might be the best bet, yes? And you see him kind of look around the table. You see some nods.
I would
Jack
agree
shaking
that
his head, yeah.
he is a pawn to take out on the board that Siko-sen is the king.
Queen.
The king is
Indeed.
how you win at chess, Jack. Shut up.
Is that dragon chess?
The magical class. One thing, trying to figure out her weakness is obviously going to be of top priority, but location is probably one. Is there anybody around the table that has some indication of where she might be?
Darius' head kind of drops. I mean, Mastos did tell us about the thing that happened, right?
Yes.
There
We
was someone who briefly interacted with her. Actually, and he looks at Lego. No, Lego's gone, right?
Lego is no longer
Yeah.
here now.
Lego might be able to give some insight, but apparently he took Mastos to Duneman. I don't know if it was her physical form, but he explained there was like this fountain of blood and a visage, I guess, of her came out of the blood. And tried to kill him.
I wonder. Most magics can't really stretch over the broken ley lines. So she must have either been there or close or using some type of magics that extends beyond the normal use of it.
Could those dowsing rods be her trying to create her own ley lines of blood?
You see him kind of nodding his head and thinking it's a possibility, I suppose. Not really considered that. It would have to be quite spread out, I suppose, not so concentrated. I don't know. It's a possibility.
I don't know how concentrated they are. I just know that they said they had them all over. Or they were putting them all over, one or the other. I don't know if they were done yet.
Now, if I could offer just a bit of conjecture,
Of course.
I don't believe we've ever actually seen the true form of Sinkerson. Everything we've seen so far has been some manipulation of blood, some body, or many bodies, actually. They have a proclivity for manipulating the common man. Promises of false platinum, and rings adorned on fingers that don't belong on. It would appear to me that it's a proxy, more often than not. Maybe we've never actually seen it.
That's fair. Is she so? Sinkerson is ancient, correct?
She's very old, yes.
She was around back then, correct?
Yes, before the cataclysm, certainly, absolutely, yes.
How has she survived this long?
A great question. She was quite connected to the old one, and really thought she would kind of disappear after he did, but, you know, building up the Gnome sorcerers and creating the cataclysm to try and bring him back, kind of hoping that might have been the last we see of her, but apparently not. Quite determined, it appears.
Okay, so you guys didn't kill her or seal her away or anything? You just kind of hoped she'd go away?
Well, she used the Gnome sorcerers themselves that were unfortunately almost fully destroyed when Sparrow saved what they could of things. Without that, it would have been complete obliteration, but we thought that would have taken care of her too.
Okay.
Is Sparrow coming to this as well?
Kind of chuckles a little bit and he bows his head a little bit. It's not really possible for Sparrow to do much, really, unfortunately.
Why?
Well, she's almost non-existent when it comes to presents of the mortal realm, or any presents at all, really. What little of her, what little is left is all alone right now.
How many of you are there left? Because there were quite a few in a book I read.
Well, there's plenty left. Not many that are here on the mortal plane, of course. Not really supposed to be. That's why if you putter around, things can happen. That's why we're not supposed to. But we get a little sidetracked, I think. Ages about the timeline unwritten. Sequel said we know is an issue. We have an expert coming to talk about that a little bit more.
Who is your expert?
He goes silent for a second. We'll come to that when they arrive. Introductions will be made, of course.
Is it anybody we know?
Yes, it is. But
Are you
that
sure
is for
it's-
that's for later. For now, let's focus on the tasks at hand. We
Darius
have.
elbows Demantrum again. You're gonna be able to contain yourself.
He looks over directly at you. Why? What's the problem?
Do you know who's coming?
Some expert on blood weaving. A Sinkerson or something.
If they're an expert on Seekerson, my guess would be our mutual acquaintance.
He just stares at you. You can see him kind of start to furrow his brow. That sort of look of anger and hatred that when you just kind of first met him starts to come over his face a little bit.
So you're not going to be able to contain. Yeah, you can't. There are a lot of very powerful beings here. We've only just started our journey, so let's, play nice.
He's just one. I'll take him down. He hasn't seen me in reality.
Yeah, let me get you a little bit stronger, and you and I can take him out. I
So
still
you
want
take
to
him
know.
out.
And he kind of like punches his fist down on the table. And Gar's just like, settle down, the matter, but don't worry. Everything will in time. Just remain calm, please. There'll be no violence within my home, or you will be expelled.
You have the temper of a child. For an ancient being, you'd think you'd have a little more reserve.
The patience of a warrior, Darius. A warrior.
That didn't seem very patient to me.
Patience for the weak. Action is what warriors do.
Oh god, how did I start following you?
See Jak start shaking his head in agreement.
Yes, well, one thing that I think we can all agree on, he looks around the table yet again, is we may all notice that there's a representative missing. Looks around. Centaurium! Not represented here. He looks down towards the tall drow figure with long yellow robes down on the one side, with the female druid kind of all dressed in green standing behind. Kind of nods down towards him. Trey, you know this to be Harmon. Is this drow kind of speaks up? Yes, Centaurium has taken against the Viterva Invagar and other organizations to try and squash them and rule the land with this fabricated story of rewarding islands for tournaments and such. I think it's important that they are put in their place. It appears that they have done many things to tarnish the name of the Viterva Invagar, although we try not to poke our head unless we have to. It is only done to help the people. But yet, Centaurium still continue to punish. Garla kind of looks around the room. What is the general consensus about Centaurium's presence across at least Telath? They've left me alone. I can do my work uninterrupted. Although, hard to find me. That's true. The automaton speaks up on the other side of the table.
I think you'll find that depending where you go, you'll get different responses.
Well, now how I feel about them. Bloody bastards. As Jasper speaks up.
They don't have a tendency to dole out an even hand, if you catch my drift.
He kind
They're
of nods his head.
very oppressing. In the one town we went to that had them there, I stirred up a bunch of trouble just by moving about.
They have curfews in place and they control everything vendors sell, and then they take a cut of it themselves.
Just nodding his head. And the drow speaks up. Strangling villages and towns for their own purpose, for control, for gain. It's what they've done for decades.
The powerful do
influence.
tend to try. Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say the influence stretching out to the islands themselves. The power of them to, and only them, to communicate and give hope to the islands, I think is part of the strength.
You mean our islands? He signals to himself and Jak.
All of the islands. Divide and conquer. They keep them divided. They will indeed conquer.
sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I've seen things on this island that you wouldn't even imagine on mine.
The isolation, it's easier for them to control. And Gar kind of speaks up again. Yes, this is something of concern. As the islands with only Centaurium, having the connection to be able to communicate with them and transport goods and such. Can we all agree that it would be of benefit to everyone to open up these ways to the islands?
Can we do that? Ships just got pulled down in the water.
Indeed. Only ships made from Centaurium functioned with those broken ley lines. Luckily, there has been some good people working on such things. And he kind of turns and looks over towards Felix.
Yeah, we have been working on that stuff in New Memoria. With special lumber, we can build ships that can sail. It's been difficult. I haven't maybe experienced as much contact with people from Centaurium that you guys have in your journey so far, but that's because I've had difficulty getting in contact with them. I spent days trying to get in touch with Terban Go, and it's been impossible. Centaurium doesn't really want to help, it doesn't seem. All of the trade and relationships that I've forged between New Memoria and other places like Arokon have been of my own doing, with people who don't necessarily have a senior official position to do so.
Hearing Felix say New Venmoria, it kind of dawns on him. Right. I don't know if you caught all that, because you might not have been here yet. Venmoria might still be alive.
It's impossible. We all saw him die.
Yeah, well, I mean, we also saw Venmoria take over Dorhan, so, you know, he does have tricks up his sleeve, maybe?
How do you know this?
I don't want to say no, but I'm like 90% certain. So we had a vision of Paradon. Now remember, we found that note that said we'll take care of the child, and it said the child's name was Paradon.
Yeah, I've heard you. You guys have been talking about Paradon. I didn't want to interrupt, but what do you know?
Not a lot, but we collectively. It was collectively, right?
Yeah, it was a shared dream. Yeah.
We collectively had a vision of Paradon with the Dunaman druids, and they helped him. They used his, and he points at Lapidus. Well, not his, but that's a whole other complicated thing to cover later. His tree, it was the special Fey tree. Maybe Demantrum can explain why it was special. I don't know. But they used it to heal Paradon from whatever ailment Venmoria had given him over for. And everything seemed fine. He actually seemed like a very kind person. He was never doing anything. He was helping the druids. He did have a rage inside of him he couldn't really understand, but the druids told him to pray, and, you know, he seemed like he was doing well until the only thing that I can assume, because I'm telling you, Felix, it's like a mirror image. The way Venmoria died, he emulated that motion exactly the same. His head snapped backwards. And then when he came to, he was a completely different person. He even killed, I think it was Child, and we learned later that it was the entire encampment, and he did it for Seiko-sen. I mean, considering that Seiko-sen is trying to bring back the old one, who is, I think, some type of blood god, a blood weaver would be a benefit.
We have to do something. I mean, I guess that's why we're here. Right?
Yes, so that is part of it. Seiko-sen, I think, is kind of the top piece, but
I just have to ask. It's been bothering me the entire time. And he points at Lapidus. Is he stuck like that now?
Well, yes, but no, it's not Mastos. That is Maybe you can explain it, because I don't quite know yet either whether I should be mourning my friend's death or if my friend is still alive.
He's dead. You need to mourn your friend. This is a Lapidus that you have not known before.
As the Mantram speaks up.
There you go.
Okay.
I was brought here for one purpose. To end Segosen. Idrisil has sent me, has brought me.
Do any of us know that name?
No. And
I'm
Gar speaks up. Sorry, go ahead. You going to say something or a question?
I'm sorry, who sent you?
That is another issue. You see?
What?
We're looking at these. And he looks up and clearly pointing out now, Felix, as you come in, and there is no ceiling in here. It looks like a night sky with these insurmountable number of bright lights that are kind of connected by these little beams, and one beam in the middle, which is a dark yellow, as opposed to the rest being white. I lost my train of thought. As he cut you off there. Oh, yes. Yes, that's another issue. Idrisil is not supposed to be able to be here right now. In none of the alternate timelines of possibilities have they been here. Which means that our friend here, and he looks over towards Lapidus, has been somewhere he shouldn't have been.
Probably looking for something shiny.
Sorry. Who is Idrisil?
I won't go into the details, but it's hard to say it, put it into words that mortals can understand. Just call it the world tree, to keep it simple for you.
Have I ever heard that term before in any of my books?
I roll a history.
Have I ever heard it in any like stories or anything?
Where you're from? No.
Probably not.
No.
I'm pretty sure Garrick actually went over this with Jack.
What about me?
Elion would be the only one that might have a chance, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a
nerds.
history.
Yeah. Terrible. A 1 plus something, so I'm going to say probably not.
Okay.
That's fine because I just rolled a nat 20.
So
that's you want to talk on that?
I give you
So-
guidance.
the information, the only information that's ever been on Idrisil, like the world tree, is kind of what it's been captured as, is literally a few lines mentioned. This is not something that's ever been flushed out in any of these books you've read, or even mentioned to be something that's real. Almost like it's just a fleeting story of this tree of life. That's really all that was ever mentioned. There's
Nat 20. Come on.
yeah. In this world, that's it. Basically,
I want to know the fibers it's made of.
basically a
Tree
bedtime
fibers.
story. Which is why it's so alarming to you, knowing on how depth you go when you find something and you want the information, the background, the history, the details. How did this come to be? What happened to it? What's coming to pass? What could happen in the future? How deep you dig into every piece of information that you find. This is extremely alarming. You don't know more about this.
Okay.
Yeah, but is anything to share about where you found this connection?
It's always been in me. I had been connected here. It's why I was brought back here. But that connection is gone, and that is what has allowed Idrisil to bring me here to stop Segosen. because it's not just this world that's in danger. And I look over at Demantrum. It's all your worlds.
The master looks back at you and kind of looks at Gar.
It's the seed. The seed. Digital. That brought him back.
That's exactly what it was then. Yes. I wasn't quite sure, but I seen what I had to do. I do
Wait,
apologize. He looks out at the ATLADS. I was at the ready when it happened. Sorry that I couldn't prevent it, though.
What?
Mastos, it was his time, but so as soon
What
as it
do you
was his
mean you were
time,
at
the seed was
ready?
returned. I could not, by my own hand, change the fate of things that I've seen.
Okay, so also, the seed is gone. It's back in the Fae.
The Badger, big smile on his face.
It is indeed. Life returned, growing as we speak.
What about... Is Arokan okay?
He nods his head.
Indeed it is. The connection
about the other?
remains that was first established and only gains strength.
What about the other Fae forests?
Like the one beneath Cinecolum.
That one's gone. Sorry.
That one we sent back.
Yeah. We
doesn't
sent that one back
know that.
accidentally.
Well, from what I understand, there hasn't been any more returning of the Fae forests directly to the Fae, unless I'm mistaken.
But are they dying out here? Because Arokan apparently wouldn't have survived if we hadn't done anything.
He kind of looks around the table, hoping that somebody can kind of speak up. Well, forest was in a column's gone. See, he ain't come back.
I don't imagine.
I've heard nothing of forests being removed.
Sorry, every time you talk, it reminds me of my friend, and it's weird. He was a little more cheerful, though.
Apologies. Don't mean to be.
Not that you're not cheerful. He was just very cheerful.
He really was the most cheerful.
Borderline annoying.
Well, I think he was just confused sometimes.
Until Darius taught him how to lie, and he was a little more fun.
I mean, I didn't teach him how to lie. He just picked it up.
Well, he made it clear where he picked it up from what I recall.
You're not wrong. We're getting off topic. What? Somebody?
Well,
The
yeah.
seed.
What's the concern about Arokon? What are you worried about?
Well, when we initially went there, we weren't. I mean, we were going to do what we did in Cinecolum. We were going to send the forest back, but Arokan, no. Khalid, in Arokan, was like, no, this guy, one of the people who invaded the forests in Fae, is now helping her maintain the forest, and they're kind of lovers.
Demons turned lovers, and Jack's gonna elbow him.
But Arokon's okay, right?
Yes.
I look at Arokeen, and I'm like, I assume, because he's here.
And you
What
hear
about
in your
the
head,
starboard? Is that still okay? Is it?
It's
still
fine.
there?
Sorry, what about what? Sorry? And Arokeen's fine. I mean, Arokan. Fuck, your names are all so similar!
I don't think you can say that, Darius.
Well, I
So
just
let's-
did, so.
So let's get down to it. What do you need of the ATLADS?
I think
And
they
what's
need information.
well, it's a sharing of information. Yeah, I don't personally need something. We're trying to figure out exactly best courses of action, and then those that are here who wish to participate can do so and take care of their own tasks. Again, reverting back to the connection of islands and the Felix and New Verboria, I believe getting close to completion of a ship, if I'm not mistaken.
Very, very close. Last that I checked, yes, we are close to done. One, anyway.
Excellent. So that is one thing. There is also other types of vessels, and you see him look over to the druid dressed in green, standing behind Harmon. Yes, there is one submersible that is left to the north of Haven that, if repaired, could be used. We used it for our mission and was left there so that Centaurium would not find it.
Darius leans his chair back so he can see Felix, and he's like, "Hey, you think you can fix it?"
I can try.
And he just goes,
I look over at the druid
Hmm?
and I grab the staff I'm carrying around
Mhm.
and slowly walk it over to her.
Okay.
Almost using it like a walking stick. It's so small. I'm so huge.
As you get a bit closer to her, you can see that it is not just robes in green. You can see these kind of leaves interlaced within it. You can actually see that her the color of her skin is green as well. Almost so much so that it almost looks rough, almost like it's some type of rock or something, almost like a solid green skin, but quite beautiful though. Deep set eyes and kind of a pointed chin, and as sees you approaching, kind of a gentle smile towards you.
Drop a pick. I will lift the staff up to her. Could this help? It's connection.
I am not sure. It's quite a beautiful piece. She reaches out to take it.
It was a friend's.
I can take a look and see if it's something that may benefit us, depending on our task.
Well, there is something I want to be done with it.
What would that be?
And it requires it to grow. That's not something I can do.
Very well. Where would you want this thing to grow?
Arrow can.
And she kind of looks. I do not, many of the time, leave Haven. I watch over Harmon, but if I do go there, then I'd be more than happy to do so. It is important we honor our friends.
I don't know that we could even call them friends, but I kind of get why he wants to do it.
What is the name of his friend, so I may do the ritual required?
I look over at them.
His name was Mastos. Pretty sure we've called you that a couple times. Have you forgotten already?
Mastos. Actually, but the Mastos.
Very well.
So why did you look at us if you
Mastos.
knew his name? You just wink at me.
She takes
If
the
you don't mind me
staff.
saying, Lapidus, there was a time I talked with the Mastos. It seems like it was just yesterday. And he spoke in high regards of you. Were you aware of the things he was aware of?
I feel the connection between the Lapidus he spoke of and him was a bond of same spirit. It was a connection that could bind everyone. I am not here to bind. I am here to end. And I grip my axe and
Doom puts the puts the staff on her back and have this interaction. Lapidus, she looks at you and kind of bows her head a little bit. My name is Daemon. It is nice to meet you, Lapidus.
he bows. He walks not all the way back, but literally just space adjacent wall.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a couple of options. We have the ship being currently built. We have a submersible that perhaps could be repaired. And there was one other that I had discussed with Ladvis. It's city kind of, but apparently, unfortunately, his individual was not successful in retrieving the item required for that particular plan. He kind of sighs a little bit.
And what was it?
Yeah, well, don't really want to speak much about that. Don't want to tell you he was a good fella. He was a good fella.
Sorry, who was a good fellow?
Don't I?
He was a good dude.
Yes. Bites devour. Would have been quite useful. But
Well, we do have him, and he points at Trey.
it did.
They're right. I got it in my backpack, and I'll just get that out for you. And Trey reaches in his bag, and he's got his head slung low.
You have it here?
Yeah. I do.
There's a look of surprise on his face as you kind of bring it out. My goodness. My goodness. He kind of scampers down off his chair and starts quickly going over to the table where they are. I thought it lost after the defeat of the young man. He starts kind of scooping it off the table. Do you mind if I just take it for a moment?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can take all the time you like. It's ours now. We earned it.
Jasper kind of reaches over and puts his arm kind of around you and kind of pats you. And I was a good mate,
Yeah. That daft cunt went and got himself that in. Sorry. I said I wasn't going to do this. Yeah.
All right, mate. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Now you got to get me going too. Get under control, Trey. Get under control.
Yeah, you're right. We got the monster devour. That's what matters.
Darius leans into the mantrum He is the most confusing man I have ever met.
He looks pretty weak from here.
Oh, he's not weak, trust me. You thought I was weak too.
Well, without a bit of that purple stuff. You'd be
Darius
weak
just
without
blank
me, I'm
stares at
saying.
him.
Darius. Whatever.
Couldn't I? You know, I could have went the other direction and leaned onto my father.
Ha! Where would you be then?
And he just kind of slaps you on the back.
Most of my magic comes from my bard, just so you know.
Don't get me started on how little you've... Never mind.
Oh, yes, this is absolutely amazing. The mind's devour. The power to control is such a legendary beast. We could even travel across to the islands this way. This is a breakthrough. This is
With
another
great
option
power
for us all.
Comes great responsibility, okay? We don't want to just give this to people who are just going to go joyriding underground.
Oh, it can't be given to just anyone. It needs a dwarf from an ancient lineage. Not only that, a ritualistic spell cast by specific types of druids. This to unlock the powers of this mind-blowing.
What about him? And he points at Thoric.
All right, I think I'm probably special myself. Could I do her? You see his kind of brow drop a little bit. We'll definitely look into the books of your lineage, Thoric, and see how you played. Pretty sure I can do it, though. Pretty sure.
Okay,
I'm
hold
pretty
on.
sure.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how this thing works. Will it kill him if he doesn't have the ancient lineage, or will it just
kill
not
me?
work?
No, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't kill him. It just wouldn't work.
Okay, then just let him try it.
Well, we have to gather druids and everything. And we could try, of course, but I have to
I don't mean
the...
right now in this room. You seemed weird about it and said you had to go look at books. Just give him a try, and if it doesn't work, he doesn't have the blood.
Yes, okay. Well, get working. I need to be on the table. You can see he's got some papers where he starts scribbling down. He clearly has a list of things he wants to do.
Is clearly the most trusted people in, I don't know, on the land, in the world. I don't know. I don't know how far your reach is. I thought the world was an island in Zentorium for most of my life, so, you know.
Yes, there's much more to see and much more to do, and I do have things to do. This will be definitely the priority now that I know it is a possibility.
And so many things that can kill you. And Darius just has like a blank look on his face.
Very well. I will get on this. Thoric, you would put yourself up for this if it is among your lineage? All right, of course I would. What else we gonna do? Been stuck under that ground for years and years and years. What do you say, Darius? Speak up, lad.
I would encourage
Speak up.
you do it.
A little bit louder.
You do it. What do you mean louder?
What do you say?
I said I would encourage that Thoric be the one. That's
Ah.
5 votes. 6 votes? How many of us are here? And he looks at all the ATLADS.
Tries to stand up a little bit, kind of taller, and kind of puff his chest out a little bit.
He's got my vote.
All right, Felix, you give me a roll, mate. We won't take your votes. I already said we can certainly try it. Settle down.
Well, I think we should probably take votes. I mean, that would be a much better way than the way that Zentorium does things, right? So if we're trying to make a better world, I think that maybe considering everyone's opinion and taking votes, just throwing that out there, we have a lot of group input in New Venmoria about what we're doing.
Do you have another dwarf at this table you would like to nominate to try this device that can only be used by a dwarf?
Oh, I'm in agreement. Thoric is a great choice. I'm just saying that against the idea of not taking votes.
I know a bunch of dwarves to the column. Do you want me to put up a few names?
Are they at the table right now? And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody at this table are the most trusted people, correct?
Well, there's more trusted people. These are just people that somehow interconnected with what's happened to the ATLADS.
To the what do you mean?
To the ATLADS.
I thought this was more about the world, not about us.
Oh, it is.
It's because of
whatever's
us.
happening with the ATLADS.
Okay. I mean, portions of it, yes, I will agree, and I'm not going to. We don't need to bring those up here. But I do think a lot of this would have happened with or without us. Just saying. And probably would have happened because we've stopped a couple things.
Wait, are you specifically saying that this meeting is actually about our group of people?
Yes.
Jak sighs and he points at the ceiling at the one star that's not lit up. Did you guys not pay attention at all in the beginning?
Well, in my defense, Jak, I wasn't here. They were late pulling me in, so.
Context clues. Felix, I know you're smart.
Well, in my defense, I only pay attention to half the shit that gets said, so.
As you guys are chattering, you hear more footsteps coming down the hallway.
Darius puts his hand on Demantrum's shoulder.
Very light stepped. Slow, purposeful, but very light step. You see this this elven figure in long white robe, kind of black undershirt underneath, long hair, just walks in very softly and just kind of stands beside the wall. Gar, you all see that Gar kind of notices this individual kind of enter, and you see a little bit of just a smile and a little bit of a nod. You see this person kind of just gently nod back. As he kind of continues to speak. Okay, we're getting quite a few things off the list here. Connection to the islands, most important. Finding the location of Sinkersid. Go ahead.
Darius is literally looking at him, looking back at her, looking at him, looking back at her. And he's
pay no mind, just a little visitor.
Who is she?
They stay here with me. It's Lucab. Lucab kind of like gestures down, and you see the elven male just kind of bow to the room, say nothing. Very strange. They very pale skinned, not translucent by any stretch, but very pale. Yes. So, yes, we've got that. He starts going through his papers. This or that. A few other things. He's flicking through more. The missing island. You're kind of like a little mumble, the shake of the heads. No, not that. That next.
Would I? Because we saw the missing island on, but would I know that there would be an island there?
Yeah, you've all seen the map.
Okay. Right, about that. So, we did see a map in Dalen's bedroom, rather a globe. Sorry, you said the missing island because it was missing on the map and there was a picture of a woman over top of where the island should be. Are you saying that an island has disappeared out of the water?
According to Ligo, Errol is no longer there. As of about 2 weeks ago.
Has anybody thought to check it out?
He kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. Ligo is the most mobile of us all, but unfortunately, even his power has limits as to when and how frequent he could use these powers.
Okay, well, I mean, just saying, what if they've cloaked the island in magic, and that's where Seiko-sen is?
It definitely could be a possibility, but without access to go there, it's something that has to be a little bit further down the list.
Okay, so fun fact and adventure. Point of note: we'll get Felix to work on the sub and fix it, and then our group will go and scout where the island used to be.
How do you know there's a missing island?
Rodrigo had reported that he had this exasperated sigh. Likes to look for interesting, exciting things, and so he does frequent the islands when he can. And as he traveled out towards the road, he found that it was not there. Not invisible. Not there.
Has he checked on any of the other islands? And or is there any other missing island? Is Pharaoh still there?
I'm not too sure. I assume he would tell me, but he doesn't pay much attention to things that aren't interesting. So we could maybe ask him when we see him again. Should be here. Should have been here already, actually. So unreliable. But you said you think this might be... There was a woman on top of the missing island on the globe.
Globe, like a map.
Did we take the globe? No, it was fastened to the floor, right?
Yeah. You pushed it in. Luke,
Into the
did
hole?
you mark it down? Did you guys actually disconnect it and push it into the portable hole?
The globe? No, it was fastened. Jak gave up.
Okay, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
still in
I know.
Dalen's.
Okay.
What else was on the? Sorry.
What I think is Atlas's travel path.
Do you guys want to ask Dalen?
Yes,
What do you mean?
we have his body.
You see his face just drop.
Oh, yeah, Dalen's dead.
body.
We killed Dalen,
Well,
and
Hold on. I mean, I was, maybe a
Yes.
little overzealous about
Good
that.
job.
Yeah,
Deserve to
thank you.
die, fool.
We all almost died.
long
In fact,
distance
one of us
Jak
did
goes for a
die.
high five.
One of us did die, if you don't remember. One of your people, actually, Father.
What?
Mastos died.
It was his time.
I was waiting for who's Mastos.
Bro. His attitude at this table, Darius is so close to just being like, fuck you, take your damn sword back.
After the dust settled, I gathered up Dalen and Mastos' body. I have a portable hole, so we could bury Mastos.
I have one of those too. And he winks at Jak.
Oh, God.
Just shakes his head.
Oh,
So
oh
if-
dear.
If any of you are capable and want to try to talk to Dalen, it's an option.
I don't know how powerful your magic is, but if you can make him talk, maybe you can figure out where Seiko-sen is.
I could certainly have a conversation with him. Perhaps in a different atmosphere. You can look on the
Every time. Yeah, obviously we don't want to question him in front of everyone. They'll all be shouting questions at him.
Very well, Elion. How about we sort something out after the meeting, and you could see what could be got information-wise from one of the trio.
Did Atlas ever tell me the name of the person that reached out to him?
Sarek?
No, there was another
Talked to.
robot in one episode that reached out to Atlas. Or are you telling me that I learned the name from Sarek?
Correct.
Okay. Wait, you're Elion.
Moonshadow. right?
Yes. Hello, Moonshadow.
You contacted Atlas.
Well, to be precise, he contacted me, but yes.
Fair.
He was to meet me, but he never did. Never showed.
Yeah, well, he got blown up by Elias. Which I'm less bitter about, because it was for good reason, but I don't think he deserved to die.
Well,
Potentially again.
that device was not quite ready. It was supposed to bring Atlas
to where the device was created, but apparently it did not. I'm sure with more time, more testing, we could have executed that device more precisely.
Wait a minute. Where was the device created?
In my tower.
Which is where?
North of York?
Okay. I don't even know where York is. Are you so Atlas used to be able to like project this map?
I'm from
that we
York.
could-
It's a great wee town. It's where I used to have my blacksmithing. Just south of
Right.
Amora.
We
Okay.
were on our way there, and then we decided to stay in.
I was going to go there, and I went with you fellas, and I was going to go to
Yeah,
Haven
and then
after.
we stayed at Centaurium, or not Centaurium, Sinicalum, and I remember. sort
All
of.
right.
Were you saying York, though? Sorry. There's been a lot that's happened. in-
Pass through.
I pull out my book and I kind of just sit it on the table with the map open. That was
Oh, that's even better. So this island here, and I point to where it showed Atlas's energy ending.
Yep.
Is it anywhere on this island?
It is not, but that is indeed where Elias first created Atlas. So
Okay,
here,
so- This same globe, when Jak touched one of the pins, it followed Atlas's path and returned to the island. And that's where its path ended. And the dot that it was at before it returned to the island was basically where Atlas died.
and you see him kind of turn and look up towards Gar. Gar kind of like just kind of stares at him. It is a possibility then that the essence of Atlas still exists. It is not destroyed. A grounding sphere still existing.
If Atlas was grounding sphere energy, so I can say that twice. Atlas died twice. The first time, his energy went back up there again, or at least the dot on the map did. And then I assume when we resurrected him, it came back, and then it followed his path until he died, and then it went back to the island. So, I mean, if it could be potentially that Atlas's energy is there. I did have a theory that Atlas might be Gideon. So it could be that the grounding sphere energy put his soul into it, and then when he died, he lost his soul. But I don't know.
Elion and Gar kind of look at each other. Silence for a few seconds. This is plausible theory, I would say. Very plausible. But if that type of power is potentially still available, then that should be on the list. He starts kind of scratching down on his
I
list of
would
items.
almost make it a priority. Even if we're not going to use it, we should have people there defending it. Dalen
it
had
is.
it on a map, so he may send someone up there to investigate what it might be.
Yeah, he's dead, so he's not gonna do that.
That doesn't mean that he didn't already have pieces moving, Jak. It's not like he was doing one thing at a time.
Yes, he's
I mean,
got.
he had multiple versions of himself out there.
And I'm sure some underlings doing his dirty work that he didn't want to do. I'm sure.
Well, who knows how much longer that'll last now if
Oh, actually,
the whole
anyone at
place
this
was
table,
destroyed by Paradon.
if the original caster dies, what happens to someone's double or simulacrum, I believe it was called?
The simulacrum would still exist until it was dissolved by being defeated.
Okay, so Dalen lives on in simulacrums right now.
Technically, not necessarily. It depends. At least based on what I've read.
On? Well,
Well,
doesn't matter. We were
simulacrums
told.
are not
Yeah.
strictly exactly the same person all the time. Sometimes
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it might not be the same, Dalen.
That one was fat, so
Just sitting around, keep barking orders all day. It wasn't doing anything.
well, that's on him. He could have done something, exercise, got in the combat ring, but he chose to eat.
Easy.
Yes, see that's my point. Sorry to interject. I just want to make. I've read a lot about this stuff. Simulacrums, old magic. There's only so much you can read about it, but you should know at least it is very interesting that there have been recorded cases actually sometimes where simulacrums they kind of become independent on their own and try to become their own version of said person. But I mean, they're not. Right? They're made of magic, but the yearning, the idea to become more. I've just read about it, but I find it very interesting, and I just thought I would mention it. So.
Can I read Felix's mind while he's talking?
Oh God, I would not want to be in his brain.
So
You just
So with the detect thoughts,
Yeah.
Felix, on you as you're talking, can you give a sort of a light representation of your kind of just general basic what he would pick up in your mind as you're saying this?
Yeah. So as Felix is kind of spewing this knowledge as he's trying to remember it, what you would see in Felix's mind is it's not like you're hearing specific thoughts. It's more like you're seeing Felix kind of in a library or vault in his mind where he's moving around and trying to like flip through different books and try to remember. It's like everything that he's ever learned is cataloged in specific places, and he's running at an like inhuman speed between all these things and flipping through books and closing them and putting them back as he's trying to recite all of the things that he's trying to tell everybody at this table.
Do I get any hint that what he's talking about is from personal experience or just from research?
All from research, not from personal experience.
Great. I dive deeper now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I want to see some nosebleeds.
Yes, Mr. Tinkerspark is correct in his research. They can develop their own personalities, live their lives. A lot more difficult, of course, not being able to replenish the magical energies they can use as a original host will be able to.
So maybe not too much to worry about. That may be a little bit weaker than the original one. But yes,
It stays a simulacrum. As long as it stays a simulacrum, that would remain true. Again, we're just working in the world of pure theory, but I mean, there's all kinds of crazy things that have happened since we've gotten here anyway, so it should be worth mentioning. Again, if a simulacrum ceased being a simulacrum and somehow managed to find a way to become something more, it could be a greater threat.
That is quite an interesting theory. Perhaps we should discuss this more.
I would like to, and you can just kind of see like as Elion has viewed kind of how Felix operates. There's like a slight awe and admiration, like as he just like stares at Felix.
Perhaps there'll be plenty of time after the meeting for individual conversations and developments and theoretical expansions of ideas. Of course, you could make use of my home while you're all here, so there'll be definitely time afterwards to break off. Perhaps we focus on the main things at hand, first of all, and move on from there. So, good, everyone?
Well, yes, I can make sure that the commitment from myself and Nuve and Moria to finish construction on what we're working on to assist in any way necessary. If the goal is traversal, then yeah, we will get there. It was already a cornerstone of what we were trying to accomplish there. I mean, we all wanted to do that in the first place before everything that occurred, since we've been here.
Excellent. I think now that with the joint effort, perhaps that Nuve Moria could perhaps get a little bit more support that they had before. And he kind of like nods and kind of moves his hat around the table. All right, yeah, I support you more. I'll do whatever I need to do. I'll head back there if I need to. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, I've got plenty of cash. We can definitely help out. Send a couple of people from some of the nodes even over to help. Yeah, definitely. A lot of them with technology now. They know what they're doing. And the druid speaks up. I can try to reach out to Sorek and see if she could also help. Or perhaps she may be best used for a submersible. She was the one that ran it, after all.
That would be fantastic. It would be really great to have that kind of expertise. Again, I have learned and read all kinds of things on the subject since we got here. There were all kinds of books that I was able to find actually since starting to rebuild Memoria that delved into a lot of theoretical and somewhat tested ideas surrounding it. Anyway, needless to say, it would be very helpful to have someone else on board who has practical knowledge as well as theoretical.
Excellent. Well, I think we'll try and get more people over there. That's excellent. The base of operations of the Water Blades sounds like a great idea. And as he says that, you hear this massive whooshing sound as you hear back. Okay, I think we got everybody here now. If I miss anybody, just let me know. And we'll take a break and be right back and see who is next at the meeting.
Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. As we left off, the ATLADS are in the massive meeting with a bunch of people that they know and some that they do not, trying to figure out exactly what has happened to somewhat distort the timeline that they're currently on. Lego had brought one of the original ATLADS, Felix, into the mix, being part of the conversation, taking on board, completing a Centaurium ship so that they can reach the outer islands. Lego bringing somebody else in as everybody just hears this whoosh of wind as Lego kind of calls in, announcing himself. If there's anybody else got, just let me know and I'll just skip on out and get them. I think we're all good now, thank you. As he says this, you all see a gentleman walk around the corner, dark leathers, dark robe, dark hood, dark purple type skin, eyes. Darius, immediately you see Magnus turn the corner. You're in an instant, the Mantrum jumps up and rushes over towards him, blade sweeping upwards towards. The instant that he does, Gar reaches his hand out. The Mantrum mid-swing, frozen in place. Just snarling as Magnus doesn't even move a muscle.
Demantrum, there are bigger things here. There will be a time and place.
Just staring at Magnus. Sorry, instinct. And he kind of just takes a step back and sheathes his sword. Slowly kind of walks back while maintaining eye contact with him. Settle down, no violence in my home, as I said before. Take your seat, please. You see Magnus just kind of take the room in. Everybody, Magnus Silverstrum. Good to meet you all. As he does like a little bit of a bow. You hear grumbles around the table. Nobody seeming to address him. Yes, thank you for coming.
I'm Felix Tinkerspark.
Nice to meet you, Felix. Good to see a pleasant one within the room, at least.
He's only pleasant because he doesn't know what you've done.
Well, I think everybody has a rough idea of what's happened in the past, but we're moving forwards, Darius. You know this.
Yes, well, Felix, I'd like you to meet my father.
Oh, yeah, pleasure to meet you. Darius is a good friend.
He's not actually my father. He experimented on me as a child and made me what I am today.
I think that story's getting a little bit dry, Darius.
It's easy for you to say. You weren't the one experimented on.
I infused Darius with magical energies, which helped him become the man that he is today.
For what purpose again? Sorry?
Anyway.
There are bigger things, Darius.
This is the bigger thing, Jak.
Okay, everybody settle down, please.
That was pretty hard on me,
for a
too.
reason. So, you need the strongest of the trio for this little meeting. Why exactly am I here? Well, we're discussing many's a thing, and it comes to the fact that you are an integral part of what is happening and what has happened. Well, that makes sense. He kind of shrugs a little bit. He does not go towards the chairs. He stays very much close to the entrance. Demantrum, his face just locked, just staring directly at him as he takes a seat. Doesn't let him out of his sight whatsoever.
We really have to work on your impulse control.
Warriors' reactions, Darius. Finely tuned at a moment's notice.
That you can't control them.
Instant takes over. That's how you win the battle before it starts.
We'll talk about this later. Enough or you're going to your room.
Well, the group is, we've all discussed, and I think you could agree that Zikusen needs to be taken care of, and you, of course, being one of experience with her. And he kind of folds his arms a little bit. Still kind of taking in the room, but listening. Immediately kind of, you see him lock and hone in on Trey. And Trey, he kind of gives a nod and a smile towards you.
Well, if you're looking for somebody who's got knowledge, maybe a bit of exposure, I don't think you're going to find anybody better than Magnus.
Truer word is not spoken. He kind of slowly walks across the room. So if I'm to help this magnificent group of amazing heroes and adventurers, what is in it for me? Why would I help? You'd be doing a great deed, and perhaps...
That's not going to work. You're going to need to offer this something sweeter than that.
overcoming some of your past discrepancies, some of the things you've done to the people in this room.
He does seem to want to make amends for it, so maybe.
Well, let's just say that if our goals align, then perhaps I may put forth what help I can. As I believe I have already, which can be spoken to by some people here, yes? He kind of looks around at the ATLADS.
I will say that he has helped us. And I will tell you this, Magnus, if you can assist us in this, I will work with you in finding a better way to achieve your goal.
What exactly is the goal? If it is not to bring back the old one. Darius, do you wish to explain?
Are you fine with me telling them?
I'll tell them then. To return magic. Everybody should have an even playing field. I think that is what is best for the world itself. Yes? Well, exactly
Like
how...
return magic to the whole world?
Indeed. Times
Incredible.
before magic was stripped, everybody was an evil playing field, and I believe that's the way the world should be.
That's fantastic. I've read so much about that time. Do you know how hard I've had to work to emulate what magic used to be like with all of my inventions and all my suit and everything else? Can you think about what I could do if I didn't have to even tinker with all that stuff? I could just spend all my time learning about how magic works and how it weaves together and draw it from the world itself instead of having to channel it through all these different things.
Felix, sorry. Yes, I don't disagree with you. My only concern, and I'm just voicing this to the table, and they can decide how they want to proceed with that, is why he wants to do it. Because as you just learned, he doesn't do anything altruistically. There has to be something in it for him.
As you say that, Magnus is kind of walking forwards. He's kind of almost behind Trey now and looks over at Felix. Just imagine if you had access to magics as well as this tinkering, both together. What you could accomplish.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We could do so many good things. Jeez, the possibilities are endless.
Okay, yes, I understand. Very exciting. How do you expect to do this, then? Well, whatever means necessary. I make decisions that some cannot. I have the strength to do so. I will continue to do so.
This is why I've offered to work with him. I can try to keep his morals at least somewhat in check so he's not bringing back an evil god just to restore magic.
Yeah, I would just like to say maybe not like whatever is necessary. Like I think that we should probably have a limit on what we're willing to do. I'm just saying.
Well, of course. We need to make sure that we don't do anything that would destroy ourselves without achieving our goal first. So there needs to be boundaries and limits.
Greater populace of the world as well. You know, innocent people shouldn't have to die.
Innocent people should not die.
He stares over at Magnus. Oh, sorry. That was not. I hit the wrong button. That was the Mantrum. Innocent people.
I was like, whoa, that robot. Yes, holy crap.
This guy got crazy.
His eyes go red.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe since you got this opportunity, the floor's basically yours anyways, Magnus. Why don't you just tell us what your plan is? How do you expect that you're going to bring magic back?
Felix
Hey.
opens a little notebook and just quietly waits to hear the plan.
Well, why don't you tell me what you all wanted to hear for first before I start explaining what I was planning to do? Clearly,
How do
me
we
being brought here is more important than what I was doing.
Where do we find / how do we stop Seiko-san?
This I do not know. Paradon is her new pet. And I have no doubt that he would know exactly where she resides.
No, I don't think he's just going to tell us.
I do know that she does not reside on the mainland.
Do you know anything about the disappearing island?
Oh, I have not heard of this. What island?
Whatever the name was. I don't
Maybe.
remember what he said.
The island of Erol. It's got about 2 weeks ago. I did not know of this island. I've never been there. And no, I have not heard of this. Or any other island for that matter. Disappearing.
Well, I don't know if you're able to go back to that place, but if you go to Dalen's bedroom, there is a globe there, and there is a woman over top of where this island used to be.
Oh, you can check that out yourself when I take you all back. Lego says from the back of the room.
What?
Oh, you don't have to take us back there. You can take us to the next town over.
Oh, of course I return you from where I took you. That's how it works most of the time.
We're gonna go with most of the time.
Is a problem? You can't just return you where you were?
No, we were in a very dangerous predicament where we almost died.
And Paradon's there, where we were currently at.
And again,
Oh.
one of us did die.
This could be an opportunity. Paradon is there.
Well, we would need to rest up, and if you have anything that can help us, that would be important.
Better yet, we could all go. Zip zap, bang.
He can't fight. He's already said he can't get involved with the matters of mortals.
That's -1. Rest of the room kind of deal.
I assume Lego is
I'll
the same.
slaughter them all.
I'm ready to fight.
I
Okay.
need a good bit of rest, and then I'll be down to fight.
You
Also,
could
do
all
you-
rest after the
Gar,
meeting.
you have an amazing collection of things. Do you have things we could borrow and return them to you?
The things that I collect are for a reason, and those unique cannot be borrowed.
You don't think that making an exception for the potential end of the world?
If that will come to pass, the items and connections that these items have to their users may be the only thing that I could use to save something. It's hard to explain.
Yep, I don't understand that at all. So
Maybe
you've got
we can-
nothing then, nothing, not a single
Well-
one.
We could probably trade him some things.
We will make sure that we will pull together, do what we can to help you. It's something that may be of use for such things. I believe that that is already underway. And he kind of looks over towards Lapidus, kind of bows his head a little bit.
Hmm.
I was brought by the seed returning home. The seeds or the connection? And if we must find the source of Seikosen's magic and location, we should be looking for where magic is leading to.
Oh, it's not a bad idea, really. Following the ley lines. She was to try to enhance her own abilities. It would make sense that along the ley lines would be the place to do it.
The connections is where we'll find everything.
What is he saying? Sounds like rubbish.
You mean like where the ley lines intersect?
That would indeed be where the power would be most strongest of the weave that does exist.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Where would this be?
Well, the very destruction of the world itself is along the ley lines. Expanding outwards could be at any of the main points they intersect. Perhaps it's definitely something that I could work on. I have extensive texts. The layers of ley lines.
Sorry. The island that disappeared, were there intersecting ley lines there?
I'll have to check. He gets his notepad out and starts scribbling down. I do know that it is one that Centaurium would not go to. Contestants would not take it from there. So, there's definitely something odd about it.
Okay, well,
Magnus now pulling out a chair beside the armored gentleman human that is sitting beside Trey as he kind of just pulls it out, smiling, and puts his hands kind of in a triangle formation, kind of leaning, looking at the table. Well, so what's next? Well, do you have a potential way? You moved back and forth to the islands. We tried to work out a way, the most efficient way to get there, back, and possibly connect them. Do you have any input? Well, the boats, the submersibles, the magic of this one kind of points back to Lego as you see him kind of just twiddling his hair in one of his fingers and kind of watching it as it kind of lets it go and springs back towards his head. Beyond this, however, if we are planning on taking care of Paradon, we do have the inside track. I have a man in a very important place that could be of help. Which is why I think that he hasn't been so devastating already. The reason I was even able to help assist the ATLADS in their previous endeavor. Oh yes, in what way? My colleague, Radagon, is inside in place of a Centaurium commander. Can feed us information. And is currently searching for more of these dowsing rods Paradon has been trying to spread. So it sounds like perhaps I am doing even more than all of these great heroes. The matchup starts growling. Well, sounds like you're taking a step in the right direction, at least. There is a little bit of an issue with the ATLADS if you're taking on this adventure out to the islands when the boats are ready. There's a little bit of a unpredictable one amongst you. turns his head a little bit to the side, looking over at Elion.
I wanted to talk to you with him about that in private, if you don't mind, unless you've already told everyone.
Well, I've had conversations before. Everybody gets here, knowing some of the fundamentals and foundations of the people we're speaking with. Very important to such powerful people. Oh yes,
Elion, what do you think?
explain. Go into great detail.
Oh shit.
There's not much to really explain right now. I really comfortable speaking in front of everyone.
Oh, we're all friends here. Well, mostly.
And my group of friends would know that even as friends, this is not something I'm very capable of doing.
Elion, I can speak for you, but I just need to know what you want them to know or don't want them to know.
And then I'm
You
just gonna,
say nothing.
I'm gonna say inside my head, I'm like, are you hearing this? What do I do?
Yes, I hear it. It's your choice. I do not know if this is the way to spread what we know, what we are, or to keep it secret and keep it safe.
Well, they might be able to help us. I don't think we know what we are. And there's a lot of world-ending talk going on here. I don't know how or if we're involved in that, but this group is, and I think any help with our situation can be positive.
With me being trapped, I fear for how I can help. You may have to look outward.
And I'll just look to Darius and I'll say in his head, I'm like, just tell them what you think they should know. I don't need to keep anything secret.
All right. Okay, so, Gar, what do you know about Elion's condition?
I know that seemingly at a moment's notice, you could turn into some type of murderous ball.
All right, so... Sorry. Elion has something inside of him. We don't know what it is, but it can communicate, and it is quite powerful. Earlier, when Jak said we killed Dalen, it was a bit of an exaggeration because it was this individual that is inside of him.
Indeed, that is the worry. Something so powerful but not controlled. What if you do indeed find 6% of Paradot? This thing turns against you.
Well, I don't know what its intentions are. It says that it just wants to protect Elion.
It's true. It only seems to have our interests in mind above all others, it seems.
Well, I just worry that in a certain circumstance, if this thing is not entirely on your side, that it may be the downfall. Is there a way to ensure you have this thing under control, or what is the situation? Could you call it forth? Could you send it backward? Okay, when you want to? How is it triggered? What?
I don't know. I've only known about it for less than a week now. I really don't know. But I'm open to find out if there's anyone here that can help me and maybe figure out what to do.
Above table. Have you told anyone that Varys can't come out because of Garrick?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then I don't say anything.
As you're saying this, you hear this kind of like fluttering noise, and you see this small owl come in just the entrance of the room and just rest on the shoulder of the elven gentleman that's standing by the wall. Well, trapped psyche. Well, they think that it's his brother, and when I did my experiments in magics, that somehow one of them died, and it's the other one is there or takes over or something.
Wait, did we tell him that?
Is that correct?
I don't remember telling him that.
Yeah, because I avoided telling Magnus that.
So that's what Magnus said.
What the hell? How? What? How do you know that?
Darius, this is a moment of honesty. The table, all these heroes come together to share information, to gain power, to help the world. Not to hold back.
Forgive me for not trusting you about telling you about one of your failed experiments.
Wait,
He's right, Darius. We really do need to try and put everything on the table. If we gotta help everybody, right? That's what we're trying to do.
I like this, Felix.
how does he know?
I don't know. I didn't tell him. He was the one person I wanted to avoid telling. Well, I mean, it's out now, so yes, it's his brother. Magnus did an experiment on his brother, and it killed him, and somehow he is now inside of Elion. And quite vicious.
And powerful.
And did
Pretty
just
much.
happen? Something triggered it? Does it always be there?
I think he's been always there. I don't know. Just when things happen and I'm what seems to be in danger, I black out, and that's when he saves us. But I've been able to communicate with him recently, a new development. And then, well, in the situation of our last battle, I was able to give him control voluntarily. And, well, he's pretty much the reason why we have a body in that bag.
Such power could be useful if used correctly.
But he's trapped right now since the battle. I don't quite understand. There's someone else here too now.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, another voice. It seems to have pushed him into a corner in my mind where he's sightless. He can only hear. He doesn't know what's quite going on. Yeah, there's a lot. Maybe we should move on to someone else.
I think this is important. If the ATLADS are to proceed with such important works, it's imperative that everybody is in control of their abilities, whether it be an ability or whether it be part of their persona. I think it's very important.
I mean, I agree. I can always hang back, though. I don't need to be involved in anything important.
Well, perhaps it's best to not travel with the ATLADS at all, then. If you're hanging at the back with this risk of something taking over, not knowing its true intentions.
Yes, maybe you are right.
No, he's not leaving the group.
It's okay, Darius. I'm too much of a liability. And there's bigger
You
things.
realize that he created me to bring back the old one.
Right.
That was but the means to an end.
I hope you don't mind me saying this much, Elion, but a few of us might not be here at this table if it weren't for you.
All of us wouldn't be here. Dalen would have mopped the floor with us. Even if it was your brother, it's still related to you.
I don't think we would have made it out of the graveyard.
But at what point can I say that you won't be a target next? That's the issue. He is powerful and uncontrollable, it seems, until Garrett came along.
Well, he's an ally, though. Has he ever said anything about her? I mean, he did threaten me, but that was specifically if I let you get hurt. Has he said anything to you about, I don't know, negatively about us?
I mean, not in a personal way. He does speak as if you're expendable.
Of course, I imagine.
His only concern is me, and I don't know his true plans, and somehow you're in the middle or in the way. I don't believe he would. I don't believe he would keep you safe.
Probably not. It's a good thing I'm usually far away.
What about... How much consciousness do you have, Elion, while Varys is active?
None. I'm in a dark room. Empty and void.
You know, during the fight, Mastos had fallen, and I believe Dalen was also dead. And Varys approached me and said not to trust you.
To trust me?
To not.
What?
I don't know. I was encompassed by its whatever darkness.
What exactly did he say?
He said not to trust Elion.
Did he say why?
He didn't give me a bunch of details. I jumped out and got back at it.
And in my head, is this true? Why would you say that?
There's no response.
Now you Now you don't answer. You're so quick to interject until you're questioned.
Just trying to keep myself safe.
He said you're not what you seem.
I thought you were trying to keep us both safe. That seems counterproductive. You live in me.
That's not entirely true.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
When the time is right.
Oh, fuck.
The time is now. I need to know. Why there's decisions that need to be made. What do you mean by that?
We need to find a way to separate, Elion. It's the only way that we both survive.
Do you know how to do that? This is what I was hoping that they would help with.
I was hoping that filling the eye would be enough.
One more left, right?
I don't know if we can. With Garrick.
What did Jak say?
Jak mocked up again and said, he said that we shouldn't trust you. That you're not what you seem.
I don't understand what he's trying to do. He said he's trying to protect himself, but
Guys, do you know of any way of separating them or locking them in there?
The conscious from out of him, it might be a little bit beyond what I know.
This is beyond what everybody knows. I've read a lot of things, Darius, but what you're talking about it's beyond theoretical. I very much hesitate to say impossible, but
we are talking to a god.
Well, not fully anymore.
But at one point you were, so you must know something.
What would happen if Elion died?
I would assume the body is dead. Both personalities of people would die with it also, I would assume.
Or would Elion's consciousness recede and the others come out?
I would not say.
It is feasible. A separation of consciousness to be achieved. One erased, remaining the other. A possibility.
Well, let's not forget, one of the things that we're discussing here is the strange relationship between Dorhan, Lord Venmoria, and Peridon. If we think that they got something special happening, then maybe we shouldn't overlook it. In the case of Elion.
We know for sure Dorhan's case. We know that. We don't know Peridon, though, if it's 100% him.
We could ask him when we go back. Alright, never mind.
I mean, you're not wrong. We could. I just don't think he's going to be so forthcoming with info.
Well, I mean, I could probably goad him into telling me if he's so fixated on me.
Oh, do you think you can get a villain monologue?
Maybe. I say the right things and tell him that I'm gonna put another arrow in his head, and he's gonna see darkness again, and we'll see what happens.
If you succeed at this, you can knock 100 gold off the 2,000 that you owe me.
I thought it was platinum, but I'll take gold instead.
It was 200 platinum, which is 2,000 gold.
Oh. I always forget that.
What do you? Jack, how did that happen? Have you been gambling or something? That's a lot of money. You could
I
use
remember,
money like that.
Were you here when he said the whole thing about Centaurium choking a city and how he broke a law?
Yeah.
I never said I broke the law.
It was related to that.
Paradon's been paying people with copper that is disguised like platinum, and
And he stole the platinum off of
I
someone.
procured a lot of it, and I spent it in a city, and it turns out it was not real money, or at least it wasn't platinum. And I had bought a lot of nice stuff that I didn't plan on returning, so I asked Darius to spot me.
How are you gonna get that money back, Jack?
That's yep. Mm-hmm.
I am going to pay it off with our friendship.
No, I very specifically said you are paying me back in gold or platinum.
Oh,
Well,
gosh.
do
Jack, if-
donations.
I hope he's not charging you a high interest rate, Jack. You're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, I'm not giving him any interest, and I did just give him an opportunity to work 100 gold off.
What's interest?
It's where you have to pay him more money for the money that you already borrowed.
Oh, I'm
It
not doing
fair all the time.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Trust me, I got into a lot of trouble funding some of my projects. Don't take out credits.
If
Well,
you
if
need,
you-
I only do 10% if you do need something. It's quite reasonable.
I'm just gonna panhandle when I get back home.
All right.
Oh, and Darius kind of nudges Demandrum. That reminds me. Do you need money?
Not anymore. The connection has been solidified with the return of the seed.
Oh, right.
So what's Borman doing?
He just turns and looks over at Jack. Kind of looks you down, his eyes over a little bit.
Other things. Important
All right.
work.
You see Darius smirking like he's like the kid, like the little brother that gets everything.
Okay, well, use the living clay. You hear these words come from the kind of the side of the room.
Darius turns and he looks at him. I'm sorry. Sorry, who are you again?
Well, my name's Forlock. Not that you need to know. But there is something hard work. It's called the living clay.
Living clay. How does it work?
Well, you put what you want. You forward your intent into it and it forms from it. There was some at Dawn Weft, but it's used up now. Came from an island to the north, Killian. Ain't on no map.
Okay. Well, again, we have a vessel that can take us through water. The world is getting a lot bigger.
I hope it doesn't get too much bigger.
It's quite large. But let's just focus on our little part of it, yes?
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Well, Felix, you could go get the living clay and get a bunch of sanguine and then sell it to fund all your stuff. It's an idea.
Well, we've actually established some pretty solid trade relationships between Neve and Moria and a few other places. And many people at the table have offered their support for the submersible construction. So we're in a good spot right now. You know, we could actually probably use that platinum that you spent on toys, Jack, but it's okay.
Do you need
Weapons.
some money, Felix?
It couldn't hurt. I mean, could make things go faster potentially.
Oh, this hurts. This hurts. I'm literally throwing money at nothing, but
I've-
Darius will do it.
I'll give you 1,200 copper.
You should probably give that to Darius, Jack.
Oh,
He tried to, actually. He tried to get. He's like, this should pay off a good chunk of my loan, and it works out to like 5 gold or something.
I'll be
I remember
returning
I
right
mapped
to
your-
New Vamoria if you wish for me to bring it back. Seraph speaks up from the side.
Yeah, that would be perfect, Seraph.
And nods, walks over, opening up her pouch. So what is she receiving?
uh,
5 gold.
no, it's gonna be I will donate 100 platinum to the cause.
Okay.
jeez. There've been some nice health potions.
I still have so much money. Like, that's why I donated so much.
She turns to Jack.
Here's
1,200 copper. I think it's actually 12 gold, but you know.
Oh, right. Sorry. You're in debt. My apologies. She
yes.
ties up her pouch and heads back
I'll
to the
get you
wall.
on the next one.
Careful with that, Jack. That's a serious problem back on Pharaoh. I just hate to see it happen to you.
I'll work on it.
Okay. I think we have a pretty good grasp of different things here and there. Yes. Did anybody have anything specific that was not addressed? Well, I don't think I needed to be here. This is ridiculous.
Actually,
up.
I have a question. And Felix grabs his notebook again and starts to open it. How are you bringing How are you bringing magic back? I don't think we actually ever got to that topic, and I'm very intrigued.
Well, there was actually an excellent opportunity to do that. Not but hours ago. But the ATLADS thought they didn't want magic returned and instead tossed the option off into the darkness.
You see Darius rolling his eyes, and his head is just like, oh my god. Right. Can I get a show of hands in this room who thought it would be a good idea to keep shadow hearts around and connected to our reality so that we could potentially bring back the old one?
Now, I don't like to split hairs, but there's something that needs to be said, and at least I think it needs to be said at this meeting. Dalen had taken a shadow heart and reduced it down into what he was calling shade hearts. Now, these shade hearts, as I understand it, could be fed to become another shadow heart, a multiplication or maybe a division and then reconstitution of the original shadow heart.
Oh, that's quite good side. Hey, got ingenious.
I don't know if I'd call it ingenious, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, if it's a source of power, duplicated, enhanced. See, it could
They
have
were
been
feeding it
used. Oh.
People.
Oh, okay. That's a difference. I didn't know that. It's terrible. Well, it's energy. Depends. Possibly could have got it from somewhere else, but he happened to be using people. Perhaps magical items may have been provided the same, but we'll never know now because they are pushed off into the shadow realm.
Feeding it magic items, that's a really interesting idea.
See?
Felix, do not start trying to experiment on a shadow heart in You're going to turn that city back into what it was. Do not do it.
Well, I wouldn't do any experiments with people, Darius, but I mean, experimenting on ciphering
They
out
are
magic.
extremely dangerous creatures.
And mind you, they're at least sentient. So you might consider that you could at least talk to them.
Okay, well,
If it's willing to talk.
yeah, if it's sentient, I guess I can't really do that. But fair enough.
Well, if I'm no longer needed here, perhaps I could be returned. He kind of looks around. Will he go? Just leaning up against the wall with this big crazy smile on his face. Oh, I don't think you're relieved just yet. Looks over towards Gar. I do have a bit of a selfish ask, possibly, if it could be added to the list of tasks. He looks over Trey. There is a special relic of sorts that was once mine. I would like returned. And I do believe this would overall help our cause. It would mean you would have to return home. Trey?
Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting, bruv?
And Magnus also leans forward. What do you mean by this? Well, if the ATLADS could retrieve the relic, I think that would be most useful. And I think you could see how that would prevent some negative things. Would you say?
I want to be able to hear you out. We're in a place where we're all trying to put things on the table and make sense of it together. Excuse me if I'm having a bit of a hard time consolidating all this information in a way that's beneficial to everybody involved. So why don't you just speak plainly?
The engine has been misused for decades. I think it needs to come home. It's not possible. It's too dangerous. They cannot do this. You should not ask this of them. It's just an option. Just something I think would be beneficial.
What exactly are we talking about here?
It's a special relic from their home.
Was it the one you were carrying?
I believe they're talking about a relic somewhere way deep in the dark. Maybe it should stay there.
Okay, well, why don't we not just say the relic? What does the fucking thing do?
It seems it's a bit of a trend. It takes something to get something. And a lot of times, the powerful people want to take the weak ones and take until there's nothing left. That's what we're talking about.
Forget about it. It is where it is. It will stay there. You worry about what is here, what is now.
Will it help us kill Siko-san?
What about you, Magnus? Do you have anything we could use in this fight? Any magical items we could borrow?
No, nothing you can borrow, Darius. However, if I get close enough, I can do some things myself.
So you're gonna fight with us?
With or taking opportunity while you fight? Huh, two different things.
Will that work as well against Paragon?
The Nullmac, designed to dissipate magics created from the weave. How it works on blood magic, however, I'm unsure.
If we retrieve this relic, then we will be returned back to the Crimson Arc to face Paragon.
Well, Ligo would be returning you where he retrieved you from. Or, potentially, one of our friends here could send you somewhere else, unless you're capable of doing so yourself. But as for getting to the Underdark, that's a little bit further away. If you decide to do that.
Let's not just allow it to hang over our heads. Let's say we chose to plunge into the depths of the Underdark. And we brave all the challenges it faces us with. And we overcome many battles, and we return with the relic. What then?
Well, then I may be better equipped to assist in all our endeavors.
Surely you must imagine I wouldn't just stand by and let somebody abuse that relic.
Well, that's what been done for many decades, but maybe even centuries at this stage. And there was an attempt to retrieve it before, but with that failure, a life was saved, and I think you're well aware.
You're right. Yeah. It's just it hits a bit close to home, you know. So it's hard to think about it objectively. But I know it's powerful. I know it's bloody powerful, right? And do you think that's what we need right now?
I think it would be of great help, and not only that, children to be sacrificed will no longer be sacrificed.
Sorry, what?
They take Darius. They take kids and they feed them into this relic. It's an exchange. You bleed them dry for the greater good. I'm sure that's what they tell themselves. And I was supposed to be on that list, but here I am.
You're not going back. You're not doing it. Gar, this is not the mission they can undertake. Well, the choice is theirs. I'm not making anybody do anything. Reditus, do not do this. You know what lies below.
Why do people do that? Why do that? Why do that? Rather than say, hey, you one person, you know that something's scary down there. Why not tell us all? Because that might actually make us, defend you.
To get to the Underdark, the route that I know goes past a mad wizard in a tower is underground, guarded by a ancient dragon. Currently laden with drow warriors, led by an inquisitor. That is just to get to the Underdark.
Anyone here have a better way?
Reen and I could take out the dragon.
You could kill an ancient dragon on your own.
Perhaps
I
Mr.
mean,
Nara go the way and clear the way for everyone else then.
Maybe the draconic connection would make things easier.
Well, no decisions need to be made at the moment. I could think on this while you rest. I think you'll find the lounge area quite relaxing. If it does, anybody else has anything of great importance, we could, I think we could come to a conclusion here. Kind of looks out across everyone. See a few nods from people around the table. Very well. Across the hall, you'll find the lounge area. Please feel free to relax in there until you are ready to leave. Please don't go poking around my home. If you have any questions, just call out. And maybe I might hear. Just chuckles. Start to see some people start move towards the back of the room. All right, what are you guys doing now?
Resting.
We'll go to the lounge. It's good in there. Tell you, it didn't take me long to get my energy back. And he starts kind of like pumping his shoulders around.
Did they point in the lounge direction? Do we know where it is?
He said across the hall. So there's only one exit from this room.
Oh yeah, the way we came in. Wait, isn't is the lounge where we came in then? Or is it on the other side?
Yeah. When you take a right to go into this room, there was a left doorway that you did not go in. Gar staying kind of at the head of the table, kind of looking through the notes. See Elion stays seated as well as as Duna, the muscular, bald, tattooed monk with the mask sits at the head of the table as well. Imagine him kind of just staring over towards Magnus, as Magnus is just watching everybody's movements. Anybody wish to do anything?
Well, I guess I'll go hang out in the lounge if you guys want to catch up at all before I get back to things.
All right.
All right, the lounge it is! And he starts walking. Thoric starts walking off.
Felix will stand and follow Thoric.
Shrug off the ball and follow the group.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use a strong drink.
As you go get up, Trey, Magnus grabs your arm, kind of gesturing his head for you to sit back down.
All right, what's this then?
You can't do what he's asking. No, it's down there. And if you do get down, they will not let you escape.
I believe you're right, Magnus. Know what I know. I expect they fought tooth and nail. If they had me, they'd keep me to the last. Looking around this table, I don't know if I've ever had a better team. We got Jak, Darius, Reditus, Elion. Been through quite a bit already. I don't know if I could do something to keep them safe. Maybe I would. But you're right, going down there, that's I don't know if I'll make it back.
And why risk it?
If I had to, I would consider it. I know that they've risked for me. And I expect that you've risked yourself for me a bit, Magnus. And each of us. And I know there's complicated feelings. Yeah, that's an understatement. So I've got to give just as much as I take. Is it wrong of me to admit that I'm scared?
No, proves you're mortal. It did not all be a waste. Being brought out of that place, building this life, these people, the people you have helped, it did not all be wasted to go down to die. Lyra, would she want you to go down to die?
I've not heard that name in a long time, Magnus. Feels like a dagger coming off your lips. I don't know why. Gods, I don't know what Lyra would have wanted. You spend your whole life chasing something. To not even get a whiff of it. I guess just hearing it from you just feels... God, I don't know. But why would it matter, Magnus? It's not like I'm going to get her back.
No more sacrifices need to be made. Try to kill my mago. He reaches into his pouch, kind of watching around with everybody leaving the room, kind of just the three at the head of the table, and he sets this metal, looks like a handle of a sword, but nothing connected to it, and he sets it on the table. I beseech you to not do what he's asking. But out of all of us, I think this should be for you. And he kind of pushes it over towards you.
The trail collect this object. It's a handle of some sort.
Yeah, it looks like the handle, the hilt of a sword. No blade, however. Intricate engravings all across this handle, kind of two little, almost two spikes almost, where the top of the hilt would be. But no blade. I will take my leave now. I hope you'll stay safe. Reditus. Your friends call you Trey, yes?
That's right, Magnus. My friends call me Trey.
Well, between just me and you, and he kind of leans in. You can just call me Simolai. And we'll end it there for tonight. Awesome session.
Simulai.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for coming in for that. Always love hearing Felix's mind.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, anytime. Awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next week, 8 p.m. EST, Tuesday. Bye.